Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Jenna Flanagan. Empty storefronts are becoming a common part of the New York City landscape. Between 2007 and 2017, the number of retail vacancies has risen by nearly 50%. The city comptroller's office is now referring to this as the Amazon effect, or more simply put, the demise of retail stores and the flourishing of service-oriented businesses like restaurants, barbers, and boutique gyms. Retail vacancy is changing the face of New York, but is it for the better? Comptroller Scott Stringer is here with his report showing the full scale of this pressing situation. Comptroller, welcome back to the program.
Nice to be with you as always.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so talk to me about this problem, because we all see, the increased number of vacancies, and this used to be a city that was full of mom and pops and small businesses, and that's not the case anymore.
Well, that's for sure. Look, I grew up in Washington Heights, and I can tell you, as a kid, I knew a lot of the local store owners by name. They knew me. Families knew the local store owner, and that was sort of a way of life, walking down Dyckman Street and other parts of the neighborhood. Today, you go into your local stores, and it's not about mom and pop. It's about walking into the same Duane Reade or a Chase Bank, the only outlets that can actually afford to be here. So I did this report because I really wanted to fully understand the vacancy crisis that we have. And yes, we showcased vacancies in Lower Manhattan, the Upper West Side, Soho, Tribeca. We see those empty stores. The Upper East Side has so many blocks where the store space doesn't exist. But we also found the crisis beyond Manhattan, in Staten Island and in Queens. So this is a citywide crisis. So part of what we now know is that vacancy has grown from 5.7 million square feet to close to 12 million square feet in just the last 10 years, or from 2007 to 2017. This is the data that we looked at. So this is a crisis, and people forget that one of the reasons why we want vibrant stores open is because it's actually a safety issue. It's not just economic. It gives the streets the vitality and excitement so that you can walk down the street later in the evening or early in the morning and feel like you're alive in the center of the world, New York City.
Well, so a few things. One, let's get into the Amazon effect first, because that is one of the things that you do blame so many vacancies on. And is it just Amazon? Is it Amazon and a mix of rising rent prices?
A couple things. Oh, there was landlord retail greed. We saw rents soared 22% in the last 10 years. That was in some cases, or a lot of cases, I'm going to get what I get, regardless of the impact of communities. But today it's even more challenging, because there's another story to be told, and that is the Amazon effect. People are ordering online. They're not going into retail shops. They're actually just looking it up and taking a click and then getting the delivery. So there's impact on that. Stores are constricting, deliveries are clogging our streets. There is an online shopping challenge to our city. So I looked at the Amazon effect. We also looked at what does that mean. So we're going to see, I believe, less clothing stores and stores that could actually have an online presence. And what's replacing those stores are cafes and restaurants, more service-oriented businesses, childcare or doggy daycare. There's a lot of new businesses, but the city is not aligning the bureaucracy to meet that challenge. And so the Small Business Administration, the Department of Buildings, we have to make sure that those new businesses that will perhaps replace other businesses, that we give them the infrastructure they need to be successful.
Okay, because that would be one of the things that I think people might push back and say, restaurants and cafes do kind of also add, it's a different kind of vibrancy than retail stores, but they also do add that. I mean, you have people sitting out on the streets and,
It's exciting to see that, but the permit process, the fines and fees on small businesses, especially restaurants, have just made it impossible to keep those businesses flourishing. And yes, one business goes out, another restaurant will open, but that's really not what we should be doing. We have to help our small businesses. It's the lifeblood of the city. Look, we ask our businesses, our small businesses, to do more. I support a $15 minimum wage. That's important. We want to give workers more rights so that they can also take care of their families. But there has to also be ways that as we ask businesses to step up economically, we also have to help them survive as well. So the fines, the fees, the bureaucracy is the straw that snaps the business, and we should start looking at a comprehensive approach in light of this retail vacancy report, and also doing an analysis of where is the next commercial businesses in our city. The other thing I would say is that as an advocate and activist, when you see a big scale development, a lot of legitimate issues facing a community is, wait a minute, this development is so big, it's out of context with the neighborhood. So we have to look at that. And then we have to look at, wait, we want affordable housing in our community. So that's the second thing we advocate. But there isn't enough discussion of the commercial space. Because you're fighting, light, air, and density and affordability from the housing perspective, we've got to come in and say, hey, what's going to be in that space, that ground floor space? And we have to hold developers and the City Planning Commission to a real plan. We can't have just, a bank or a big drugstore on every block.
Well, that was going to be my final question. Is this going to be geared more towards independently owned mom and pops, if you will, versus corporate stores that can come in and open and close very easily without any very little problem?
We must support our small businesses, our mom and pop. A lot of people who come here from all over the world, a lot of why their family grows economically into the middle class is because entrepreneurs, people of all different backgrounds, come here and set up shop. They save money, they take their entrepreneurship seriously, and then they prosper, and a community creates wealth. We can't lose that in the city. We can't forget the people who've made this magical city, this integrated city from so many backgrounds that come here and become the destination for some 65 million tourists. They just don't want to see the Statue of Liberty or the Empire State Building. They actually love coming here and seeing our diversity, how we walk, how we talk, what we look like, whether it's going to church on Sunday or walking Jackson Heights. This is the power of New York City. And it starts not with Chase Bank, but with the mom and pop. And maybe that's always been it. From the time I walked Dyckman Street to the time we now look at the vacancies on Columbus Avenue.
Well, I have to ask you, because your passion for the city, while I absolutely believe it and have always thought that you're very passionate about the city, but it does sound a little bit like somebody who might be interested in another office. So is there anything that you might want to announce with us?
I would only announce it with you at that certain time. But,
but,
I'll tell you about the reason I love New York. I was born and raised here at a time when the city was under some real challenges. The city was on the edge of bankruptcy. The Bronx really was burning. There were real challenges, but for some reason, this city just held together. And now I have real skin in the game. I have a 7.5-year-old and 6-year-old, Max and Miles. They go to our public schools, and a lot of my work is thinking about what is the city going to be for them and all of our children. And that is something that gets you up in the morning and keeps you working throughout the day. So to me, that's the motivation. And I'm fortunate because I have one of the offices in the city that can have an impact. And to the extent I'm in government beyond controller, it's because I want to have that unique opportunity to help this generation.
All right. Well, not an official stump speech, but still very good.
You're tough.
Controller Stringer, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.